How we doing, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 7 of my crafting series. We are nearing the end now, and we are getting down to brass tacks, which is going to be, this episode and the next one are going to be two highly important ones, which are amulet and rings. Now, I'm starting off with amulets because amulet is generally a problem solver piece, as is rings. Those are what I generally use them for. So if I'm lacking in resistances, I will get them here. If I'm lacking in damage, I will get them here. I'm also going to show you investment pieces, basically, and we're going to go about crafting a very big piece, hopefully, if RNG falls our way. But if you just click this and you are curious about how to craft amulets or rings or what have you, or just amulets for this one, I guess, I would recommend watching this whole series. There is going to be a playlist for this, and it's going to show you how to craft every single slot in Path of Exile from a solo, self-found point of view, and teach you everything that I know in regards to playing PoE and crafting gear in PoE. I have made some very good stuff in this series, actually. A lot of it is RNG, but there is some strategy that you can use to create very good pieces rather reliably. Sometimes RNG doesn't go your way, but other times it hits just right, and it's just mwah. Like the pair of boots that I made in the previous episode. Let's see where these are. With rarity, movement speed, onslaught on kill. It's just beautiful sometimes. You know, it really is. And these were blue without the rarity, and they were almost imprint worthy. It's quite beautiful sometimes, the things you can come up with on accident. But yeah, so on that note, let's go ahead and get into this. We are going to continue on with our style of crafting, which is to make gear for a melee character on one side and gear for a spell caster on the other side. So, we are going to be doing a simple necklace for melee, but we also have ourselves a shaper necklace because I want to show you some of the more nuanced and fun stuff. Whether I get any is, of course, up to fate, I suppose, but we could potentially have a fun piece on our hands here to experiment with. I do enjoy crafting in this game. It's a lot of fun, just making shenanigansy stuff and seeing what hand fate deals you, you know? That's the best part of PoE crafting. But to put this quite simply, what are we going to be looking for on necklaces? Well, the big thing is solving a problem for the most part, which means going for mostly stats. Now, that sounds really stupid, but the best way to solve a problem, and most problems you're going to run into, are going to be stat related. Not enough strength, not enough int, not enough dex. That's the problem that I kept having when I was playing Marauder, was I wouldn't have, enough dex for Blood Rage, enough int for a specific aura, or what have you, right? Or I couldn't use my AoE because my int wasn't high enough, or I couldn't use my concentrated effect because my int wasn't high enough. Stupid things like that. Or, a certain item has a 100 dex requirement, and you take something off and everything breaks. It's not really a good look when that sort of thing happens, and it will generally take you extra skill points, and extra skill points cost you damage or survivability. So instead, what I normally do is I go about getting a stat amulet. In this case, I'm not going to craft a stat amulet. I'm going to craft more fun stuff rather than the boring things. But generally, there are amulets you can get that are plus dex, plus int, plus strength. My recommendation is get a split one for strength dex, or like dex int, or just an onyx amulet. I always use those generally, which is just like plus 16 to all three stats. Those are really good if you don't need like a specific one. That is my general go-to, and I will craft onyx amulets more often than not and look for a rather simple setup. It depends what I'm looking for, because it depends what problems I'm trying to solve on the character. If it's just stats, then my necklace is going to be life tri-res with maybe some attack rolls here and there if I'm able to get lucky enough. A simple piece like that, which I'll show you how to craft during this. However, in certain situations, you don't need resistances because maybe you're using two stone rings, maybe you've got resistances everywhere else. Well, how do we go about making some fancy damage gear? Well, that's what I'm going to show you with the influenced piece, and we'll see if we can make anything on the stupider side. Because I made a necklace once that I still remember. It was a Elder necklace? Elder or Shaper? I think it was Shaper. And it had Fizz's extra fire, fire damage, Fizz damage, something else on it. It was just, it had so much just pure damage on it. And I was playing a Blade Vortex conversion character at the time. And at the time, I put it on, and my damage just skyrocketed. And I think I hit it with like 1 Chaos Orb or something like that. Or just a Chaos Orb rerolling. Either Chaos Orb rerolling or a Fossil. I think it was a Fire Fossil, actually, that I hit it with. And just one singular Fire Fossil, and it hit this amazing item. And sometimes it's just so good. You know, it really is sometimes. But, yeah. This one's probably going to be a little bit longer than the previous episodes because there's a lot to cover in regards to necklaces. And there's a lot of stuff we can get. We'll put it that way. We could get nothing, or we could get a lot of fun stuff. We will see. This is our investment piece, our Shaper necklace. That's going to be a fun little experiment of ours. This is the intelligence necklace that I was saying before, right? This is your stat fixer, basically. But we're going to start off with the melee setup here. Now, in this case, hold Alt on your necklaces and make sure to bless the implicit up to as high as possible. So in our case, we want 1.6. So we're going to bless until 1.5. I'll take it. Considering it goes into points, 1.5 is good enough for me. So this is just a default necklace that I would use if you don't need any stats, which is just a marble necklace. It gives you life regen per second. This is just quite good because it's flat life regen per second. So I don't want to do math right now, but like it's like 200 to 300 regen on like a 5,000 HP character. It's just nice, really. It stops Blood Rage from doing any damage to you. You can run it for free. As you can hear the dog upstairs barking a little bit, probably. I don't know if you can hear that, but still, if you can. Angry dogs. She barks at all the people walking by. Oh, well, defending the house, I suppose. But yeah, defends you from Blood Rage. And yeah, that is the necklace I would recommend going for. There's no real other better bases, unless you're using a unique necklace, I guess. You could use talismans. I haven't really messed around with them too much. You can't craft talismans. You just kind of hope they're good. But yeah, I mean, marble necklace or marble amulet for melee builds is my go-to if I don't need to fix an issue. And obviously, it's going to depend what you get influenced for what necklace base you really use. Like I've used onyx amulets, I've used int amulets, I've used dex amulets. It just depends what drops with influence. It doesn't really matter what the implicit is. It's the fact you have an influence necklace. Okay, so we are going to scour this fella, and we are going to just take up the standard position of transmutes and alterations and look for a basic necklace with life resistances, hopefully regal resistances, and then I would craft resistances. I, of course, don't have access to a crafting bench right now due to unforeseen circumstances, but such is life. So, we are going to go about crafting this fella, and let's see what we can come across. I'm going to save a lot of alts. I'm going to set myself like a, I'll do 22 budget. Sure, why not? And just see what we wind up with. Good resistances, and it's a good day this episode. Like it wasn't in the last one. This episode we're getting my RNG back. Okay, well dexterity's iffy, but here we could now craft suffix resistances. We could now craft, what else could we craft? Let's see, I have PoE DB open on my side monitor. We could get cast speed if we wanted to, if we were playing an awkward build like Blade Vortex. We could get elemental damage, we could get crit multi. That is a craft if you wanted to do that. You could get added physical damage. You could get, what else is fun here? Ellie with attacks, not that useful for the Earthquaker that we're making, right? But still. Ooh, rarity. Yeah, I like the idea of that. Prefixes generally are, or prefixes and suffixes are generally kind of boring until we get to influenced items. It's just sort of try-res life on everything, really. With the odd bit of damage here and there. There's not really a whole lot of fun stuff in here. It really isn't. It's just like, yeah, it's res, all res, and then like global crit multi. There's really not a lot of fun stuff, but still. So, basic piece right here. You can craft res on this, another resist, and you're good to go. I'd use it for a while until you get something better. Slap it on, craft on something else. That's one thing I recommend doing is like you get a basic piece first, put that on, and then craft on other pieces as you go, and mess around with those, and then throw those on once they're actually good and an upgrade. Like, don't just all in on one piece and then like don't roll over. How do I put this? Because I've fucking done this before. It's not a good scenario. Don't roll yourself out of a useful piece. Like, don't take a piece that you have equipped and then roll it, and then it ends up like shit and you don't have a necklace anymore, right? Don't do things like that. It wasn't good. Take it as a word of advice. Don't do that sort of stuff. But yeah, let's see what else we can come across with a few more alterations, because we can get some extra fancy stuff. Max mana, lightning damage, it's pretty bad, to be honest with you. Max ES, obviously it's going to be helpful for the spellcaster if we go that route. All attributes. Percent to all resistances, that is a very good roll. If you can hit percent all res and max life, it's just a good day, really, all around. You can craft all res as well. So the previous necklace that was 76 life and a high amount of lightning res, you can craft all res on that as well and get all res. It's kind of how that works, really. Yeah, so you can wind up with a necklace that results in 36 plus 16, 16, 16. I had to say 16, it could have been 15. I'll just do like 30 plus 5, 45? Yeah, 45 res plus 36 res is like 81. It's somewhere around there. A lot of resistances, a lot of net value, basically. Because you gotta look at this stat as like, it's not just 16%. It's 36% in theory, right? No, it's more than that. It's more than that, actually. It's 16, 16, 16 across the board. That's math. My fucking brain. 45, 48. 48% all resistances is basically what this is giving you. So, it's really, really valuable. Alright, let's keep going. Cold res, that sucks. That sucks. Spell damage. That's really good for the caster. If I get spell damage on the int necklace, then we're in business. Fizz to attacks. That is a tier 5, and that is still a decent amount of Fizz to attacks. If you're playing a Facebreaker build, you're going to want to roll Fizz to attacks on every single piece. Necklaces and rings are very good for Fizz to attacks. That is a very niche scenario, but I have played it so many times, I figured I might as well mention it. The way to scale up Facebreakers, or like percentage damage, is to add more flat to it. So if you have a bunch of percentage modifiers on your gear, a bunch of multiplicative stuff, you need a base to multiply off of. Think of it like that. So all of your bonuses, all of your support gems, multiply off this base. The more you add to the base, the more the multiplication works, basically. So you have like 10, right? And you multiply it by 100. That's a number, right? If you take if you add to that base 90, right, you've got 100, and you multiply it by 100, that number's a lot fucking bigger than when it was 10, right? And that's basically how it works with added physical. Because added physical is such a low number, I can use that example, and it's basically exactly that. You get, like, 10 physical here, right? You get physical on both rings. You can get steel rings with implicit physical. So you can get, 10 here, 20 here, 20 here. You're looking at, like, 50, right? You can get it on shield. You're looking at another, I don't know, like 20, 70, right? And you multiply by X, I guess, and you find whatever your answer is. And you get your very, very high DPS. Crit multi. I was supposed to add something to the other one. Ignore that fact. Like I said, crit multi is an option. Tier 1. Just do it to me. Well, never mind. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it just shits in your fucking cornflakes. That's just how it goes sometimes. It was almost really good. Honestly, if that Regal hit life or anything like that, we would be in business for a potential multi-mod nutty craft. But no luck there, sadly. Yeah, if you want a physical damage setup that uses crit, depends. Well, actually, this isn't too bad, if I'll be honest with you, because accuracy rating is not terrible if you're not playing, what is it? If you're not playing Resolute Technique. I play Resolute Technique with pretty much most melee builds that I play, because I play Marauder more than I play Duelist. So, as a result, it's just kind of there, right? It's like 5 to 10 points away, so might as well get it myself. So as a result, I never really go for crit strike stuff, but if you want to do a crit strike style build, this will definitely be an option for you in that regard, if you want to take that route. So let's see what other fancy stuff we can get. Cold damage, max life, kind of sucks. Crit, that's high crit, tier 2 crit, nice. Max ES, that would be good if I was on the amulet, because percent maximum ES from this affects every single piece. So it would affect your helmet's ES, it would affect your chest pieces ES, your gloves ES, and your boots ES. And add 5% max ES to all of them, resulting in some nice bonus ES. Simple enough. Ellie with attack skills. That's a very high roll on that. Mouse? Okay, we're good. Whew. Oh, God. Oh, I think it just came a little. Yeah, that's imprint worthy, actually. Almost. Oh, actually, no, it is. I think that's imprint worthy. That's kind of fucking nuts. Kind of sucks that that's not on the influence one, because you could get something turbo stupid with that. Honestly, I was like, I'm gonna keep it, and then I'm like, wait, I'm in standard league. It doesn't fucking matter. Gear doesn't matter. But that's almost imprint worthy. Also, it's 34-34. Like, what's the... Someone run the chances on that, because it's gotta be low. Unleashed Amulet of Penetrating. Alright. Sure. But yeah, so that's crazy as hell. Let's regal it. Okay. Well, that's good. Alright, that's an exalt-worthy piece, I guess. Like... Yeah, I mean, I guess. Like... You can suffix, multi-mod, prefix. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good. You can suffix... Let's see, what can you suffix? Cast speed, that sucks. Global. Oh, you can suffix crit multi. Yeah, you can craft global crit multi. Yeah, okay, this is god tier. Yeah, that's god tier. Okay, well, that's good to know, really. Yeah, so you craft crit multi suffix, you double slam. The chances you get max life are rather high. The chances you get plus, like, fire damage to attacks, pretty fucking high. The chance you get plus physical to attacks, pretty fucking high. Yeah, so, that's really, really fucking good, actually. I mean, the chances you get, the weightings, basically say mana and ES, are a lot higher. But, yeah, so what I would do to make this insanely powerful is, craft, global crit multi, because it's a suffix. And now, bit of tip for you. If you are going to exalt something, and you can fill out the, like, suffixes, do it. Because if you craft, in this case, right, if I craft global crit multi, it would take up all 3 suffix slots, which means I can now only roll prefixes. So when I slam it with an exalt, right, or use an exalt on it, and we just call it slam it will give you a guaranteed prefix, because it's got no suffix slots left on the item, right? It's gotta be a prefix, because there's nowhere else left for it to go. Which means that if I slammed it right now, right, I'm gambling through ballpark 20 results, 20 plus results. Whereas if I craft global crit multi, then I can slam, and we're working in a 10-ish pool, right? We could even do it the reverse way, right? If you want something from, like, a suffix mod, I guess, you can craft suffix, slam prefix, doesn't matter if it's good or not, and then switch the craft over to prefix, right? Slam suffix, and then drop the craft if you want, even though it would be kind of pointless to drop the craft, but you see what I kind of mean, right? You can switch it around as you want to. That's nuts. That item's fucking broken. Cool. So, well, our melee character is having a really good day if he's playing Critical Strike. Or, God, a crit Molten Strike build with this? Oh, gee, oh, God, don't get me going like that. That's, oh, God, yeah, you know, fuck, I need new pants. Right, well, either way. So yeah, that's how you make a really good necklace. And that's not even the fun one. Jeez, okay, well, let's make ourselves a caster necklace, and then we can get on to the fun piece. Yeah, alright, well, let's go for it. At the rate we're going, I mean, jeez, who knew tournament casters would be, or, fuck, I fucked the joke. I fucked up the joke, I'm sad. I was gonna say who knew tournament announcers were so geared, and then say, you know, like, casters, no, I fucked the joke. Oh well, rough crowd. Alright, keep it going, shall we? Maximum life, nope. That's no from me, my guy. Intelligence. I mean, if you want to be really smart, I guess. I mean, you know. Dexterity, nope. Resistances, nope. We're looking for ES, maximum energy shield, if possible. Hey, maximum energy shield and shitty ass regen. That's a no from me. Max ES. Strength. I mean, you'd go for like a standard, just max ES piece. Max ES tri-res if you want just survivability, right? But that's no fun. So you could look for crit stuff. Like I said, you could go for spell damage, cast speed. Spell damage is a prefix. Cast speed is a suffix. So that would be a really good setup on this to aim for, right? And then you craft off of that, looking for more and more damage. Chaos res, that's kind of interesting. There's no 2 spells, I don't think, in here right now, which kind of sucks for us. But fire damage, meh. Percentage damage is also kind of nice. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Rarity, max ES is very nice. And percent lightning. Okay, this is average, I guess, if you're playing a ES rarity farmer. This is pretty okay in SSF. You can get a lot better, but, I mean, you know, give and take. Depends on the scenario, right? In certain scenarios, not too bad as an early piece, because you can craft resists, you can craft prefix stuff if you want. Spell damage you can craft on that. And yeah, all right, let's keep rolling. Make a couple more interesting things. See what we can wind up with. Lightning damage, max ES. If you're playing a lightning character, maybe. You want to get higher max ES, but still. Global crit. Global crit max ES would also be really good. Global crit spell damage is really good because global crit will apply to spells. It's not just attacks. So in that case, it would be real nice for us, but no dice just yet. Nice fizz roll, but wrong item. Nice. Just fucking don't speak to me. Can we stop getting intelligence, please? Can you give me spell damage to show it like exists? We have an identity crisis. Are you a melee player, like under the surface? Is that what it is? Like, hey, tier 2, tier 2, and resistances. Fucking tally ho, gents. All right, well. Sure, I fucking rolled like donkey anus, but I mean, you know, we got there in the end, I guess. So spell damage, as you can see, exists. Of course, you can just chaos spam too, but I'm saving the chaos because I want to make fancy item, right? So you can just chaos spam this. You can use fossils. You can use essences, that sort of stuff, and just roll it and wing it. Those are, of course, options. This I would recommend going for spell damage cast speed if you really want damage. If you're playing a spell crit build, spell damage, global crit, either chance or multi, whichever one you get, will work just fine for you. But that is sort of the simple nuance of creating a basic spellcaster necklace. Now, obviously, this looks like complete shit. It's just here to show you that spell damage is a role that exists, right? But still, I want to use this currency and make the fancy one. I want to do the big item. I want to do the big item. All right, Shaper necklace. Why is this so cool? Well, damage penetrates elemental resistances is a really good mod. But you also have access to Prefix, Fizz as extra cold, and Fizz as extra lightning. That's where it gets stupid, because you take this previous item that we have here, right? And we get the two prefixes that are open, and we make them Fizz as extra cold, Fizz as extra lightning. You are now a millionaire. It's that simple. Imagine this item with those two modifiers. It is possible. God has to smile on you and choose you as his fucking chosen, but it's possible. Whether we're going to get anything fun or cool is gonna be yet to be seen. So, now, the reason I call this investment pieces, or an investment piece, is because this is going to cost you a lot of fucking money. If you're looking for something very specific, you're going to spend a lot of alterations to find it. So I'm going to show you I'm going to do the same thing, right? And I'm going to show you how hard it is to get these rolls. Knowing my luck, I'll get them like first or second try, and they won't look that hard, but getting things like Fizz as extra is weighted so low that it's really impossible to get. And getting Fizz as extra with like a good life roll or something worth regaling or what have you, really hard to do. For items like this, I like just chaos spamming them personally, or hitting them with fossils and fossils and fossils and fossils, and just going at it until I get something stupid. An investment piece is something you don't settle with, right? You don't sit down and go, well, you know, it's like a 6 out of 10 piece, you know, like it could be better, but I'll just throw it on now. No. Solo self-found, you get one shot. We're like Eminem, right? Except we're not half as rich. Yeah, really, yeah. Or if you're Marauder, half as white, I guess. But, yeah, you get one chance at making something really cool, generally. And that's because getting an influenced item and getting the right base with the right influence is stupid hard. Getting like a Warlord's necklace or Warlord's mace or something like that, it's not easy. You know the amount of Hunter's maces I got when I was playing an Earthquake character, a Bleed Earthquake character? I got so many Hunter's fucking maces. I got Crusader maces out the ass. Like, I didn't get a Warlord's mace like the whole league. until the end, basically. It's not easy to do. So when you get the piece, when all of it falls into place, you don't settle. You just keep committing, you just keep going for it, and you pray and pray and pray, and you just keep going until you hit it big. Because when you do, it's worth it. It's worth it. As someone who's hit it big a couple of times, it's damn worth it. As someone who hit it big fucking 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, I don't know. I don't look at the time when I record these. I just go. That's why they wind up being an hour. But still. Alright. Well, let's craft the simple way and see what we wind up getting. 4% max energy shield. Fuck me sideways. Okay, well, the mana regen rate sucks, but percent max energy shield is a prefix roll, I believe, or a shaper roll, if I remember correctly. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh well. Either way, useful roll for ES character, of course. Let's see what else we got. Chance to block spell damage. That's kind of shitty. Lightning res. Oh, I clicked the right item. Nope. Give it to me. It's tier 1 crit. Oh, the exalt potential is just, oh, I don't. Do you exalt this though? I don't know. You might have, honestly, you arguably could have imprinted it on global crit tier 1. You could have. I don't know that you would, but you could have. If you were really in a pickle and you wanted something very specific, you could. But that would be, you gotta be rich to imprint on one roll. But I mean, you could keep it. Honestly, it's worth keeping as is, and just like, is it worth slamming though? You can craft one mod. You can craft suffix rarity, I guess. You can craft suffix crit multi. I mean, it's not as good as the other one, obviously, but still, maybe do something with it. Who knows? All right, back to it. No, no luck. Life res. Fizz to attacks. Meh. Keep in mind the really fun ones we're looking for. Oh, percent move speed. Shaper's mod. That's kind of nice. The fun ones we're looking for are primarily prefixes, like the Fizz is extra. So, in a scenario where it says like prefix mod, taking the time to augment this means you're not gonna get any of the overpowered fun stuff that you want. So you're just kind of wasting time. Like, it's a prefix, so I'm not even gonna like add anything to it. I'm just gonna reroll it. Cold damage, max ES, not bad if you're playing an ES character. Oh, that's good. God, that's good. Cold over time multiplier is not an easy thing to roll. 1600 is the weighting on that. That's not easy to roll. That's pretty good if you're playing a cold multi build, which I don't know what that would be. Or is it Ice Crash? You could maybe do something with that. Very, very niche, I guess, but still. We're getting some fancy rolls, I'll be honest with you. We're getting a lot more than I expected in regards to cool shit. But let's see what else we can get. Considering we're in the last 2 episodes of Big Crafting, I'm going to go through pretty much all of this and just see what we can get. Have ourselves a good time. This is worth augmenting, just to see if we can get something cool. Arguably not, because, you know, the roll's shitty, but for showcase, it's something if that accuracy rating was like resistances, I'd augment it. If it wasn't, just skip past it sometimes. But you might hit your prefix roll that's perfect, that you really want. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Like, in this case, oh, it is suffix strength. I mean, I wouldn't even really add to that personally, but whatever. Nope. Nah, that's just shit. We're looking for something like God tier, right? That's not bad. I'm getting low on regals though, so I'm gonna save those for a little bit. 16% max ES. Now we're starting to look interesting. Damn, almost. It's tier 1 crit again. 2 tier 1 crit rolls. Someone give me the odds of that. It's probably pretty damn low. What the f... We have a winner. We have a winner. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that wins. I don't have words. I don't have fucking words. You can craft Ellie with attacks on that. You can craft, what else can you craft? Hang on, let me tab out because PoE is finicky sometimes. Let me see what else we can craft. We can craft max life on it, obviously. Obviously, you can craft max life. Let's see. Added to attacks, so like Fizz to attacks if you wanted, Elemental to attacks. Yeah, Ellie damage with attacks. Prefix rarity if you wanted. What else? I mean, that's all the real crafts you can do. All res if you want. But, like, that's just... I would exalt this, honestly. I would suffix block, and I would exalt it twice. That's what I would do. Because the chances you hit something else insane in the suffix slot is pretty good. Or in the prefix slot, sorry. Because what you could do... Well, I mean, there's other things you could do as well. You could... Actually, no. The chances you hit another prefix from Shaper is very fucking low. But, you never know. So, I would block suffix and slam once. See what you get. If it's really good, congrats. If you get Ellie with attacks, I would slam again because you can't craft it now. If you don't get Ellie with attacks and you get something else, I would craft Ellie with attacks and slam suffix. I think is what I would do. So yeah, suffix block. So you put in a third suffix so it can't roll any more suffixes anymore. Exalt it once, see what you get. If it's good, keep it, right? Yeah, if it's good, what is it? If it's good, you're in business. And then craft Ellie with attacks, and then slam suffix. Or, what else was it? I'm trying to fucking think. I'm fucking frazzled now because I just rolled something insanely fucking cracked. What is that? No, that was right, yeah. Suffix block, craft prefix, and then from there you can craft Ellie with attacks, roll suffix, or you can just hit it again if you want, if you really need like res or something. Yeah. Craft Ellie with attacks on that, and you're in fucking business. Tier 1 crit, and Fizz as extra. And then crit multi-slam. Yeah. This episode's not getting any better. It's not getting any fucking better. There's no way. So, yeah, our character's having a real good day. I mean, if he's playing Resolute Technique, he's respecking right now, just based off of how powerful that is. So yeah, I'm going to save this last 40 chaos for rings, and we're gonna have a good time with those because that is not getting any better ever, really, unless I roll like double prefix as extra, which is never going to happen. I was going to chaos spam it, but that's just too good. Like that's just too good. And that's from this strategy, right? We're looking for high value rolls and then regaling on top of it to try and get another roll that's adequate, and then you craft something else. And you're looking at a very high value 4-roll item, and you can exalt on top of that if you really, really like it, or you just struck it big, right? In our case, we struck it pretty fucking good. We're on easy street for a little while here. You can, of course, like I said, spam these with fossils. You can use essences. You can use catalysts as well. You can use a crit catalyst if that exists, or an attack catalyst. And yeah, an attack catalyst on this, you put 20 of those on there. The crit will go up, the crit multi will go up, and I think the Fizz's extra will go up as well. So yeah, do that, because then it gets even better. I don't have any because, yeah, I don't. But if I wanted to make it better, you can take the appropriate means to do so. Yeah, that thing is disgustingly powerful. God damn. Obviously, I'm talking in regards to like solo self-found. I would make a whole crit character based around just this. Trade League, it's like another, maybe an exalt item, but yeah. So that is how you craft insane necklaces. All right. I was going to go through and show you, you know, my other character's inventory for like fossils and stuff, but you can roll it with whatever fossils you want. You really can. Damage fossils, crit fossils, elemental fossils will give you higher chances at the as extra mods. Yeah. Simplest way to put it, really. Like I said, the best way to roll investment pieces by far is alt augment, because that's what gave us that fella. Sometimes you just gotta have a little stroke of luck. Maybe I can impart mine onto you through watching this video. Go craft something, right? Take my experience, take my knowledge, my son or daughter, I guess. You know, we're trying to be inclusive nowadays. And go craft something. Well, let me know what you crafted. Let me know if it's good, right? Could I pass my RNG through my face cam to you? Let me know in the comments down below if you made it this far, and if I passed my RNG to you. Yeah. Here's hoping, right? Here's hoping you can get something like this in solo self-found. That's gonna be all for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, take care, gentlemen. I shall see you in the next one. That's fucking mental.